I was just in some meetings earlier this morning, but I wanted to make sure I reach out to you before it gets too late on your side of the hemisphere.
Oh man, that's all right, man. I don't have to be me in terms of my 9 to 5. I have to do that till Tuesday, so we good.
Okay, well, right on. Now, this is an amazing opportunity. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy night just to chat with me. You could do anything on a Friday night, but
Yes, sir. Just got through with basketball. My son played basketball in high school, and we were there supporting his game as well as everybody else that played.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, this is what we do on a daily basis. I go live.
Nice.
You know, because what happened was back in 2019. So I'm from USA. So, and I was born in Richmond, California, Richmond, Oakland Bay area. Yeah.
Okay.
On the other side of the tracks, the other side. So.
Talking about Marcel Leach was talking about.
Yes. You know, the lack of a, yes. So I got a pretty interesting past.
Right.
But at the same time, I always say that your past will leave footsteps to your future.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. So I learned everything I learned in my past. I implement the same thing now. It's the same thing. Buy low, sell high. If you know what I'm talking about.
You know what now?
Buy low, sell high. But at any rate.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah. So my last 10 years was in Atlanta. I lived in New Orleans and Delaware and Texas. I've lived all over. And my last 10 years was in Atlanta, Georgia. And by trade, I'm a hard money lender. You know, fix and flip houses and things of that nature. Next step capital funding. And when the pandemic set in, nobody was building houses and getting loans for fix and flip. So I used my same team to start importing gloves and masks and PPE equipment from Vietnam and Thailand.
Right.
After I got a contract with the hospitals and some of the municipalities, then the banks wouldn't finance it because the pro forma invoice was too much. So I taught myself how to do SBLCs and LCs and DLCs. So once I figured that part out, then I quickly discovered that Dubai was international trade finance and sourcing hub in the world. So I packed up and left, came to Dubai, so that I could be under the tutelage of the best, so I could learn how this whole thing works, because it's a $52 trillion market, and none of the brothers was talking about it. Nobody was teaching about it. Nobody was telling about it. But I wanted to know about it. So I had to go and be around where it was about. And the rest is history. So what I did when I got here, I just started, mingling and going to meetings and whatnot, and going to speaking engagements and so forth. And so since nobody was sharing this wealth of information, I took it upon myself to just expose it to those of us who are interested in getting involved in this, again, $52 trillion market that does not go down, that does not have a recession. And now, since Trump is in office, it's the best time in history to get in, because it just gets better. Every time a move is made, it gets better. So that's what I do. International trade sourcing and international trade finance. We connect verified buyers with verified sellers without investing a dime of our own money. That's what we do. So I noticed you are experienced in commodities yourself. Tell me about what you do.
Well, yeah, real estate is really my end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
If you seen my contact card,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
those are the areas of commodities where we have our connections as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So right now, I have a tended to focus on gold.
Mm-hmm.
Working a few deals, trying to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to see how that process looks.
Yes.
Completed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to see how that process looks completed.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we have a couple of D6 crude oil buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So looking to facilitate a few of those as well,
Mm-hmm.
and see how far we can get there. Because what I'm learning is the process is fairly quick and it's fairly simple. If everything matches up, we move forward. But once there's a slip up, a snafu, whatever you want to call it, deal's off.
Yeah, absolutely. Which happens. What happens more often than not.
Right. I mean, because we put some things on the table, and I'm talking about just running with it, going, and then it's a slip up.
Yeah.
It's a slip up on the sell side, or it's a slip up on the buyer side.
Yeah.
The buyer want to do this, he want to change this, he want to change that.
Right.
The seller ain't going for it, deal's off.
Right.
So it's no back and forth. That's what I like about it, because
Mm-hmm.
I put a group together, and then if things start fizzling out, hey, no harm, no foul.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna delete.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna delete the group. You know what I mean? And we see each other again. We just see each other again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then those that are butts, holes, if you will,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they just get blocked and deleted.
Yeah.
Just done.
Yeah,
I have any time for it.
I experienced that when I first got into it. There was a bunch of that, and then I started looking at international trade sourcing through a different lens.
Right.
And my lens that I was looking through said, what commodities are 100% necessary, that are used by everybody on a daily basis in the millions and millions of metric tons? Very simple. And then the second aperture of that question was, out of these commodities, which ones are not government regulated? It does not have to have a stamp on it, or this federation or that federation. It's not controlled by this, that, and Z, like oil.
Right.
That limits the markup, and you got to do the dip tail, this stuff. I mean, nothing wrong with it.
Right.
And gold. Gold is great. I have a friend of mine. He's out of USA. He's here in Dubai right now. He does an awesome job with gold. He's been at it for a while. And he's an awesome guy. And but there's some things that go, government and licensing and shit. It's just too much. But when I looked through the lens, I saw food, clothing, shelter. Very simple. People are going to eat, people are going to build, and people are going to have some type of fabrics which are made from what? Chemicals. So when I started concentrating in those areas, can you hear me? My VPN is going on. Are you still there? Let me get back in here. We have to get back on our VPN here. Okay, let's see if we can catch him now. You there? Yes, sir.
I think they completely lost you there.
Yeah, we had the VPN goes on and off out here. But when I started looking at those areas, I found that it was much easier, much less moving parts when we're dealing with edibles. Especially, you know, you got more people eating cornflakes in the morning than, you know, people buying gold, bottom line. So we concentrate on edible oils, wheat, corn, fertilizers, things that are bought in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 metric tons at a time, where you can get paid per metric ton as a normal course of business. Doesn't have to go through any regulation or anything, and there are more suppliers of wheat and corn and edible oils and whatnot where you can buy from, and more people to sell to. So the pool is much wider, if you can catch what I'm saying. And once you forge a relationship with the supplier, the game is done. Because now you have a stable supplier that you can go to every day, all day long, call them, talk to CEOs, no one's hiding and all this stuff, or running and sneaking over here and there. And then it's just a matter of finding the verified buyers. Hence, that's why I'm always on live, Facebook Live. Most people know me, most people here in Dubai and in the industry. So fortunately, and you know, it's a blessing that I do get calls every day. And then we have a huge team, which helps. So that's what we do. And then plus with the edible oils and whatnot, see, like with gold, I think, what is it, 3% or something like that? Y'all mark it up? I get 3, 4%, 5%, whatever it is?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Okay.
3 for us. 3 for us it'd be like 1.5 on the sell side, 1.5 on the buy side, as far as the intermediates.
Right. On the edible oils and whatnot, you automatically get, you can get $5 or even $10 from the seller side, and your markups, some of these markups are $50, $75 a metric ton. I'm just saying. But what we do is we keep it at $5, $10, $15, sometimes $20. It depends on if we have it on. We have another arrangement, one of our partners who actually takes title to the product themselves, and we are their exclusive distributor. So that markup in between, I'll just say, is unmentionable. And it's just a matter of, and our process is, it's like about inside the procedure. It's a very short process. LOI, ICPO, proof of funds, you know, proof of product. And then they just go get their SBLC or their DOC, game over. It's a bank-to-bank transaction. So anyway, that's what we do. And we're able to move mighty quickly in that space, but you know, it doesn't work for everyone. Some people specialize in different areas and do a hell of a job in those areas. So it depends on what a person's passion is. I just happen to like edible oils and things of that nature. And then when you think about what people got to eat all the time, in order to eat, you got to have fertilizer. You know, urea, DAP, NPK, which goes into, you know, 10s, 25, 50, 100,000 metric tons a month contracts. So that's how we operate on this side of the road. So I was looking at, even when Trump had went over to China, I had my eyes on him. So when he went over to China, when he released those tariffs on China, because the United States was shipping 1.5 billion metric tons of soybeans to China prior to the tariffs. So as soon as that happened, then again, even when they had the tariffs, when he put the tariffs in place, it provided a huge opportunity because those people still got to eat. So we just shifted the attention from USA and started fulfilling it from our other suppliers. Very simple. Then when they jumped back and released the tariffs, then we put our finger back on the U.S. side, right there in Indiana, which is the largest soybean. That's where most soybeans come from, Indiana, right there. And we have producers there. We have USA, we have Canada, etc. And we start moving it again. So that's how we do it.
How you looking on sugar?
Sugar, I have direct providers of sugar. Now, the only issue that we have with sugar was not an issue, but the only thing that I'm kind of concerned with sugar is because they limit your markup. Most time it's only like $5 per metric ton, which is okay. I'll take it, I'll do it. I don't get a lot of sugar inquiries. And then I also take into consideration that whether you're dealing with sugar, whether you're dealing with rice or beans, potatoes, tomatoes, it's a numbers game. So you may go through 20, 30, 50, or 75 deals before you find one good one, one real one. So realizing that's why I generally work in areas where the multiplicity or quantity of buyers is extremely high. So I get more inquiries for the other stuff than sugar. But if I had a verified, bona fide sugar buyer, then I could go ahead and take care of them because I have a direct supplier right out of Brazil. Everyone knows who they are. Well, not everyone knows who they are. To say that I have connections in some of the larger suppliers and the best prices. Let me give an example. Let me get my book. Give you an example of the prices. Hold on a minute. All right, and the prices change every Monday. So my IC45 is $332 per metric ton. $332.
Okay.
Most of my other constituents are closer to. Well, I mean, you get these weird ones saying 305 and 285. You know, you see those all the time. But I'm talking about where we have the actual track record, where we've done the deals where the supplier has, in other words, once the buyer is privy to who the supplier is, they don't have no doubt whether they're dealing with a direct supplier or not. Of course, we don't expose the supplier until after the spa, but yes.
Right.
But then again, you know, most people are buying, because when you're at 25 or 50 or 75,000 metric tons, that's a good deal. But then you get these weird ones. Sometimes people want 1 million metric tons and 500,000 metric tons. Those are nice to play with and run around with. I'd rather
We
stick
want
with.
something tangible. We want something tangible. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, that's nice, but we want something tangible.
I want something logical and reasonable. So 50,000 metric ton, and then again they limit the commission, which is $5. So 50,000 metric tons at 5 is $250,000 a month, 12-month contract. So we even go as low as 12,500 metric tons on the sugar. So if you just happen to have a verified supplier, then I certainly wouldn't mind talking to them. So what?
Let's definitely do it. We do have some sugar buyers, so yeah, let's definitely see if we can lock arms and get them served.
What type of due diligence do you do on your sugar buyers?
Well, first off, they're gonna submit the necessary documents, the necessary CIS, KYC. We'll get them on a call, like this right here, and just kind of vet them out, and see, because normally you're going to be dealing with another mandate or something like that. So we want decision makers. We want to talk to decision makers.
Right, and that's another reason, my good man. This is one of the main reasons why I deal with the areas that I deal with, because if you were to go back on most of my calls that I have, many of them I'm talking to the man who holds the bag of money. It's easier to get to a man who holds the bag of money who buys what we sell than it is to get to the CEO of an oil company. You know what I mean? You got all these intermediaries and Peter and Paul and who've never met the CEO, and then when the deal gets ready to go down, no one's ever even talked with the actual end buyer, and then when they get to the end buyer is not even the end buyer.
Exactly.
So that's where I stumble around. I don't mind, but I like to monitor my time. So short answer is yes. Also keep in mind that we have brown sugar, the Icusama 600 1200, which is 301 per metric ton. And we have the wheat, animal feed, and again, all the palm oils and those kind of things. Yeah.
Right. I was saying it's so many different commodities. You have to just kind of stay in the lane. You know what I mean? And try not to merge all the way over. You want to stay in the lane and try to get something done first, and then kind of try your hand at something different. But it's definitely out there, and we definitely have the buyers coming in pretty much on a daily basis, wanting this, wanting that. So I want to put some plays in motion.
Okay, all right. Where are you located?
I'm in Alabama.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, it's not too far from Atlanta, where I was at. All right.
Right. Yes, sir. I'm in Alabama. You're in Delaware, correct? I mean, you're in Dubai now, right?
Well, I live in Dubai. Yeah.
Right. But you.
I used to live in after Hurricane Katrina. I moved to Delaware, and I used to have a collection agency, believe it or not, years ago. And I had I never had a regular ordinary job before, but I kind of make my own way, figure it out. But a lot of my business is from Delaware, and I just kept the Delaware number as I moved from point A to point B and C and D. So this is my USA contact number. Yeah, I mean your USA phone. But most of my stuff is on WhatsApp. I hadn't been back to the States in a while. But there's some opportunities in the States. There's some. In fact, there's a conference in Atlanta on the 29th or something like that. 29th. They have all the conferences. Everybody comes to Dubai. So they have their conferences like food and grain or metals or all these different conferences at the Dubai World Trade Center. I go there and that's where I meet the suppliers directly at the event. So,
Right.
and then I meet all the buyers. People not coming way to Dubai to go for a conference because they're a fake buyer. Just put it that way. And so we stay close to the action of what's happening. I remember when I first got here, I didn't know anybody about, I didn't know where, I was petrified for a minute because I didn't know the language, I didn't know the culture, and wasn't too many brothers I could talk to about it. So I was just here. But what I found out is that I had to figure a way to get into the industry. And so when I started going to the World Trade Center, when the mic was open, nobody was on stage, I would just go up to the stage and just start talking. Sometimes they told me to sit down. Sometimes they said, well, you're not on the schedule. But after a while, the people started actually inviting me to speak at their events. And that's how I got into the industry.
Oh, wow.
You gotta be guerrilla marketing. You gotta get in there and do what most people don't do. You gotta be the unusual one. So,
right.
And it worked out. It worked out real well. So this is where all the.
You definitely gotta do something that's a little. You gotta do something like that. You're right.
Because the difference between successful people and non-successful people, successful people do what non-successful people don't do more often, So, yes, sir. All right, so speaking of, let's go. I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I really appreciate you. I just wanted to get some time to get to know who you are, who I'm dealing with. Let me go back to your card. Okay. Okay, so now we already talked about that. The sugar, we talked about that. We talked about the jet fuel and all that, so forth and so on. Now, again, here, we have direct connections to the actual refineries here in Dubai. I go to Saudi Arabia quite often, and I know personally the CEOs of some of those refineries, and the reason why I know them is because oil refineries produce what? Urea and sulfur and DAP.
Right.
So that's why I have a strong connection with the oil refinery. But I don't bug him about this bull boo-boo about other people buying oil, because most of it craps me out, and then it messes up my relationship with the big guys at the refinery.
Right.
So I bring him the real deal. So if you just happen to have a spot-on, damn sure real deal, then just at least whisper in my ear, so we can at least consider it. And if we can somehow or another bona fide, clarify, rectify, and verify this character,
right,
then maybe we can make a introduction, especially if they're already here in Dubai. Because I get people who, I like it when the people are actually here in Dubai already. I could meet them face to face, and we can go directly over to the refinery and take care of it. Because most people who are here to do business are, here on a serious tip. Of course, you got the other people as well. All right.
You're right.
And okay, so now
I think we're gonna definitely put some things in motion there. That's definitely that's doable. We can put some things in motion.
All right. Also, I wanted to mention, let's talk about some real estate for a minute. Do you deal with single family fix and flips?
I like to stay in the commercial side.
Okay.
Things.
Okay.
More
In the commercial side, do you deal with contractors or constructions or construction of assets? In other words, are you involved in projects where they're building a building or building a hotel or building a mall or something like that?
Not often. But there are some complexities of building.
Okay.
On the multifamily deals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really harping on full development projects.
Okay, give me a snapshot of what your real estate picture looks like.
8 to 60 units, that's a sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
8 to 60 units, that's a sweet spot. Because those are what I like to call chippy deals.
Mm-hmm.
The chippy deals in the range of, $3.5 million up to like $5 million,
Mm-hmm.
something like that there. And that's like tangible monies for a real serious investor.
Okay.
That, they can pull their POF and they can show that. They can show a HUD statement, 1 or 2 of them, maybe even 3 of them, showing that, they've been picking up assets.
Okay.
Over the past 18 months.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because we have some very fluid investors here in Dubai, also in the States. That way I know exactly what you're looking for, so I can kind of nail down on there. All right. Well.
Right. And if you look at the certain boxes, it's going to show you a couple of the states where we have that unit count.
Yes, I see it. All right. Good. All right. Well, okay, great. So I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy morning or evening, rather, to chat with me. And good luck with your son's ball game. Pretty sure he's going to be a superstar like his dad. Indeed. You tossed the ball or 2 back in the day. And you can always call me to, just reach out. Let's have a follow-up. Get in contact with your folks. I'll be available for that sugar call today, tomorrow. We're 7 days a week. So just let me know when you send me a message and just give me like a 15 or 20 minute heads up, and let's make it happen.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. All right.
So what about the jet fuel? You want to talk to somebody on that, or you just want to?
Well, again, if for somehow, some ways, you unequivocally know it's a damn sure straight deal, and you talking to the man who holds the bag of money, then it's worth a conversation. I'm just saying, I just don't want to have the embarrassment of going to these CEOs and I got a bad deal.
Right.
If you know damn well, then let's talk about it. Because if we can get the end buyer, the actual guy who holds the bag of money, on the phone, because all I want to do is verify that he is the money man, so that when I introduce him to our team, the guys at the refinery, I can tell him that the guy told me that he's the man that holds the bag, so he don't think I'm lying to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then even going one step further, when we get him on the line, we can quickly verify who he is and what he does, and just ask him to meet me in Dubai. And we'll go over there together. And that takes care of that pulls the curtain all the way back.
Yes, sir.
All right, but yeah, nothing wrong with it. So let me know when you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you, Mr. Burton. I'll be talking to you real soon, and I'll be available again. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money don't sleep.
That's right.
All right. It's funny. One thing I want to tell you about money. Someone asked me about, why do you always say money don't sleep? I think about that oftentimes, and I've never seen a dollar bill a $5 bill, a $20 bill, $50 or $100 bill where the president's eyes was closed. Money don't sleep. All right. All right, good deal. All right, thank you, my good man.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, cheers. All right, bye. Yeah, that's one of my newer contacts. I've been seeing him on Facebook for a while. Hell of a fellow. And he's involved in various aspects of international trade sourcing. He's taken advantage of it. He has a son that plays ball, so he's immediately... Wait a minute, we've got another call here. Greetings. I had to call him back. I've taken advantage of this game-changing opportunity to create a legacy for his family, you know. And this is one of the opportunities you don't want to miss out on. You don't want this to pass you by. So, if you want to learn more about what we do, and you want to earn more, call me now. Let's not be a looky-loo, still sitting on the sidelines to get in the game. Shout out to Rick Young out there. Oh, I think he's in San Jose now. Rick, give me a call. I'd like to try and talk to you in a while. In fact, I think I'm gonna call you right now from my Facebook. Hold on a minute here. If I can type Rick, put your phone number, DM your phone number in here. And I'll call you direct on this line. Okay, good. All right, so stay tuned. We got more calls coming up soon. We're going to be talking about international trade sourcing. We're going to be talking about international financing. We're going to be even talking about real estate. You may have heard me talk about this fix and flip deal. Many people don't realize that we have unsecured funding still available. People who need down payment assistance and gap funding. Yeah, we're into a lot of things. Next Step Capital Funding out of USA. That company's been around for over 40 years. I'm the CEO of that company, and we are still on the move. So if you need some quick money, gap funding, down payment assistance, business startup, working capital, look me up. Let's go while we can. Cheers.